Whoa, man, what's down there, dude? All right, we're going to make some tournament predictions here. You just got to bear with me. I know this is a horrible setup to do this, but I had a few requests after last year's bracket prediction video. You know, last year I hit a 14 seed over a 3 seed. Should have just hit a walk-off right there, but nope, we're going back at it, and you're just going to have to bear with me here. Maybe have your bracket pulled up as I do this, because I realize you can't see anything. But we're going to start over here. The South bracket, Kansas, Austin P, obviously Kansas, and I got UConn over Colorado. That's a 9 over an 8, but whatever. We got Maryland over South Dakota State, Hawaii over Cal. That's a 13 over a 4. You know, it's not one I feel great about, but at some point there's going to be upsets, you know. We got Arizona and Miami Hurricanes both moving on. Temple over Iowa. It was tough to pick against a Big Ten team, but Temple bringing it strong out of the A-10. Villanova, and then Villanova and Temple in the second round. Villanova's finally going to get over the hump and advance to the Sweet 16. Arizona Wildcats and Sean Miller doing the same thing, putting the Hurricanes away. The party ends for Hawaii, though, as the Terps of Maryland move on in Kansas. So we got Kansas versus Maryland, Villanova versus Arizona. We got Kansas winning, and we got Arizona Wildcats winning. So we got Kansas and Arizona. We'll hold off there on the Final Four. So we got North Carolina now moving over to the East, the 1 seed Carolina. USC versus Providence. We got Southern Cal. Indiana versus Kentucky. They're always looking for this. I thought perhaps Chattanooga could pull the upset, but nope, I'm going with Indiana. Stony Brook, another team that I loved, but then when I saw they were matched up with Kentucky, that's not good. So we got Kentucky versus Indiana. They're both advancing. Notre Dame gets the win over Michigan or Tulsa. West Virginia and Bob Huggins. Then we got Wisconsin over Pitt. We got Xavier over Weber State. Then we got Xavier versus Wisconsin. Let's take Xavier there. You got West Virginia, Notre Dame. I'm taking Notre Dame to eliminate Bob Huggins. Indiana's going to beat Kentucky. North Carolina's going to beat Southern Cal. Now you got the Hoosiers and the Tar Heels. Let's take in North Carolina. Notre Dame and Xavier, we're taking Notre Dame. So we got 2 6 seeds and the 2 1 seeds battling it out. Kansas versus Arizona. Notre Dame versus Carolina. So we're taking Carolina and we're taking Kansas. Now down here to the bottom in the West, we got Oregon winning. We got St. Joe's losing to Cincinnati. We got Baylor over Yale. We got Duke over Wilmington. Certainly Duke is Duke. Northern Iowa, upset alert over Texas. Texas A&M beats Green Bay. Oregon State beats VCU. Almost picked VCU, but we're going with Oregon State. Oklahoma over Oregon State. Upset alert, Northern Iowa over Texas A&M. Duke and Baylor, this is the point where the year everybody's counting Duke out. I'm taking Duke to beat Baylor. Oregon to beat Cincinnati. Taking Oregon then to beat Duke. Oklahoma ends Northern Iowa's magical run. Then you got Oklahoma versus Oregon. Taking Oklahoma to move on to the Final Four there. I know I kind of flew through that one, but ultimately you got Oregon, Duke, Northern Iowa, Oklahoma. I do think Duke's going to win a few games this year. Virginia versus Hampton. We're taking Virginia. Texas Tech versus Butler. Texas Tech. Purdue over Arkansas Little Rock. Iowa State over Iona. Gonzaga as the 11 seed. All right, Gonzaga back to the little guy. Now they're back to pulling upsets. They're going to beat Seton Hall, the Big East champs, tournament champs. I thought about this one again, Utah, Fresno State, but I went Utah. We got Syracuse, unfortunately, beating the Dayton Flyers. My Dayton Flyers. Michigan State moving on. Michigan State's going to beat Syracuse. Utah's going to beat Gonzaga. Purdue and Virginia will win. Virginia's going to beat Purdue. Michigan State and Virginia now. You got Michigan State over Utah. Michigan State versus Virginia. And we're going to pick Michigan State there. Looking at a Final Four. 2 1 seeds, 2 2 seeds. Carolina versus Michigan State. Kansas versus Oklahoma. I'm taking Kansas. I'm taking Carolina. And then I'm taking Kansas to win the whole damn thing. 70-60. Boom. Out of here.